It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Risk for numerous instances of flash flooding in the central Gulf Coast. Showers and storms are expected ahead of a cold front across the Central Plains into the Mississippi Valley, spreading into the Ohio Valley and interior Northeast by tomorrow. Generally above average temperatures are expected to continue for the west. Closer to home, quiet weather conditions for the next few days with lighter afternoon breezes and warm temperatures. Breezy winds return on Wednesday before a slight chance of showers and storms, mainly over area mountains on Thursday. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The Alamogordo City Commission regular meeting is taking place tomorrow at 6:30. There is lots of new business that's been posted. Consider and act upon Resolution 2024-27, dissolving the Alamogordo Disability Council. Discuss and possible action relating to fire suppression system requirements at 900 South White Sands Boulevard, formerly the National Furniture Liquidators. And discussion and provide directions to staff regarding 3751 Mesa Village Drive. We're talking about the Rocket City Fund Center. We plan on bringing you some audio from that meeting on Wednesday's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. The Otero County Grazing Advisory Board will be meeting on Wednesday the 16th at 10 a.m. at the Otero County Administration Building. If you have any questions, please call 575-437-7427. The Republican Party of Otero County announces the grand opening of the new headquarters, along with Date the Candidate, taking place on May 23rd, that is next Thursday, at 5:30 p.m. The new office is located within White Sands Mall at the main entrance near Big Lots. A reminder that registration is now open for the 2024-25 Alamogordo Public Schools school year. All new and returning students must register for the upcoming year. Please be sure to register if you have not done so already. If you have questions, 575-812-8573. The Otero County Extension Office is bringing diabetes awareness classes to Otero County.
That is a series of 6 sessions. We will start in mid-June and go through mid-July. It'll be 2.5 hours each session. And so what we do is we just cover a variety of different topics related to managing diabetes or a chronic condition like diabetes for better health. So we talk about blood sugar levels, how to monitor those and keep them steady. We talk about foot care. We talk about managing stress. We talk about healthy eating, how to use medication, working with our healthcare providers also to help us keep healthy. So that's about diabetes self-management.
If you need some more information,
they can contact us at the Extension Office. Our number is 575-437-0231.
That was Kelly Knight speaking with Crazy Radio. This course is free. Well, today is Monday. Time for a pup date from Animal Village NM.
Hi, this is Sunny Harris with Animal Village NM, co-founder and director since 2010. But since 2007, I was the director of PAW. Our PAW program has been delivering pet food to food banks and providing low-cost, low-income spay-neuter surgeries for pet guardians who otherwise could not have spayed or neutered their pets, with that surgery costing $400, $500, $600, depending on the size of your pet. But yesterday, we honored mothers. Of course, Animal Village NN includes all the pet moms, with appendages or not. And I want to talk about mothering. Mothering, I think for me, it means connection. And for most of us, if you whittle it down to the nub, it does mean connection. Mothers connect with their children and hopefully with their husbands. But that's what mothering is about. It's about nurturing. And I was thinking about nurturing my pets. And I had absent-mindedly, a few years ago, I had patted my dog on the head, and then I realized, when was the last time I had a massage for 1 second? When have you ever patted someone's shoulder and they said, oh, that feels so good? Doing something for 1 second or 2 seconds, would you sign up for a massage for 1 or 2 seconds? So on the theme of mothering and habits, this is the time to create a new habit and love your dog more because they love you completely. we're busy, we're running around, we're fractured flickers, but the dogs are completely focused on us. So let's start a new habit. It's really easy to connect more with your dog. Give your dog a massage, not for a couple of seconds, but for at least a minute. You will be amazed at how your dog's attitude changes, how relaxed your dog is, and how your relationship with your dog or your cat becomes so much more fulfilling for both of you. So start giving your dogs and your cats a massage for just 1 minute. Just start with a minute. Work your way up. Start with a minute. These are habits that will mean a lifetime of love and joy and happiness with your pets. I'm Sunny Harris with Animal Village NM. This is the tip of the week and our pup date. Please donate and go to the website to learn more.
AnimalVillageNM.org for details. News from around the state in just a moment. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a full book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres believes a judge broke the law in a recent child sex crime case involving former Las Cruces High School teacher Patrick Howard, who admitted to sexually touching a student, and that judge released him from probation nearly 2 years early.
Since he's already served more than 50% of his time on probation, he's eligible for early release.
Yes, sir.
On top of Howard's probation being discharged, his victims were never notified that he was released, which is another violation of state law. Now the state's attorney general is making a plea to the state Supreme Court to step in. Howard was a teacher and a trusted Future Farmers of America advisor in Las Cruces during the time he admitted to sexually touching multiple female students. In 2021, he took a plea deal. He was to serve no less than 5 years of supervised sex offender probation. He was also permitted to drink, carry guns, and even allowed to attend sporting events where his victims went to school. The final straw was when Howard was discharged without notifying the victims.
Victims of crime in this state are entitled to certain specific rights that are enumerated and are supposed to be guaranteed by officers of the court.
A.G. Torres speaking with KOB.
In virtually every corner of this state, there has been a pattern of disregarding victims' rights, of disregarding and failing to protect on an equal basis the rights that these individuals are entitled to.
Torres is petitioning the New Mexico Supreme Court to act upon this violation, naming 3rd Judicial District Court Judge Douglas Driggers. When reached out for comment, a spokesman for Judge Driggers says that law prevents him from commenting on an active case. So wait a minute. Now he's concerned about the law? Another evening of unrest unfolded Thursday night on college campuses across the country, including at our own NMSU. According to a letter that NMSU Interim President Monica Torres released, the protest began just after 4 p.m. on Thursday as protesters entered Hadley Hall and submitted their demands. Around 30 minutes later, they were reportedly told the building was closed at 5 and they would have to leave. Instead, they locked arms, chanted, sang, and then began a live stream calling for others to join. Officials tried communicating with the group to encourage them to leave. Then, at nearly 6 p.m., the protesters were told they had 10 minutes to leave or face arrest on trespassing charges. Some protesters went ahead and left the building, while others reportedly remained inside. NMSU police then moved in and detained 13 people facing charges ranging from misdemeanor trespassing and resisting or obstructing an officer, all the way to felony battery on an officer and criminal property damage. Friday's graduation ceremony did go on as planned. I wonder, since these people are supporting a fallen nation, maybe I should declare my support for the Holy Roman Empire. I mean, she stood proud for over 1,000 years until Napoleon caused her collapse. And now she stands occupied. Does anyone else see how ridiculous this sounds? HomeWise is an organization whose mission is to help create successful homeowners and strengthen New Mexico neighborhoods by providing assistance with many aspects of buying a home. At a recent roundtable discussion with educators and representatives from HomeWise, Senator Martin Heinrich was able to speak about legislation which would support educators and first-time homebuyers with tax credits. Senator Heinrich said he has two pieces of legislation which would help the housing situation and bolster the state's housing stock.
A specific bill around educators in particular, because this is a challenge all across the country where you have educators who frankly can't afford a home in the community where they're teaching. And then finally, something we've been calling a new homes tax credit. We may have to adjust the name to clear it up with some other legislation, but that would create incentives with groups like HomeWise to be able to start rebuilding this capacity and get more and more housing stock out there and accessible to folks. And HomeWise has just been spectacular in terms of working with our staff to come up with legislative solutions that we think will actually work.
To qualify for the educator program, individuals would have to work for a learning institution for at least 3 years and commit to working for an additional 3 with documentation from that institution. The FBI has taken on the investigation of 2 stolen paintings which occurred nearly 40 years ago in Taos. In 2017, David Van Auker, the owner of an antique shop in Silver City, was sent to a home in Cliff, New Mexico to check out the estate of Jerry and Rita Alter. As Van Auker and his 2 partners went around the house, they noticed something in one of the rooms. Van Auker explained what was seen to KOAT.
When the bedroom door was open, you couldn't see it. And it was a very odd place for a painting to be hung.
Soon he realized this artwork was the Woman Ochre, a de Kooning painting estimated to be worth over $100 million, which was stolen from the University of Arizona Museum in 1985. The painting was returned to Tucson. But after this discovery, one was made about a year later, leading right back to the Alters.
You know, isn't it weird that if the Alters stole that painting, they didn't seem to have stolen any other paintings, or at least none were found in their estate? And David said to me, well, just because they're not listed in the stolen art database doesn't mean they weren't stolen.
Lou Schachter, a writer who was working on a story about the recovery of the de Kooning painting, and during this time, he said he went to the Scottsdale auction in 2018, where he saw 2 paintings. After doing a little research and speaking with Van Auker, Schlachter realized the 2 paintings he saw were Aspens by Victor Higgins and Oklahoma Cheyenne by Joseph Henry Sharp. These 2 paintings were stolen from the Harwood Museum in Taos in '85. There's an old photograph of Alter where you can see him sitting in a chair with both paintings hung up behind him, matching the exact ones stolen from the museum. Both of these paintings were sold, but the stolen art was returned to Taos. Sports and weather are coming up next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 3 games for Mexico baseball today. All those games are up north. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies. Mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 83. Low tonight, 57. High tomorrow, 87 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today. Winds gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow. Winds gusting as high as 23. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 62. Low tonight of 42. High tomorrow, 65 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.